Before we dive into the latest Star Wars news, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to stay up to date on all things Star Wars. As a longtime Star Wars fan, I've always been left scratching my head after the revelation about Palpatine's return in The Rise of Skywalker. It was one of those moments where I found myself asking, what just happened? And now with the new book, Star Wars Bestiary via Vile or One Creatures of the Galaxy, it seems that even within the galaxy itself, there's debate about Palpatine's return. A recently published Star Wars book introduces a fresh perspective on the controversial return of Emperor Palpatine slash Darth Sidious in The Rise of Skywalker. And this movie sequel has been a contentious topic within the Star Wars franchise and is often seen as one of the worst films. Among the numerous criticisms, the unexpected resurrection of Palpatine, explained in the film by Poe Dameron's line, "Somehow Palpatine returned," is widely viewed as the most egregious error. Many viewers. It appears that this resurrection may be undergoing a significant rewrite or explanation in future content. In the book Star Wars Bestiary, Volpart, One Creatures of the Galaxy, authored by S.T. Bende, a character named Artis Samteka, mentions the overthrow of what they call the Clone Emperor. Interestingly, in this book that is supposed to be written from an in-universe point of view, the Clone Emperor is never identified as Palpatine. This suggests that, according to this scientist's perspective, the Palpatine seen in The Rise of Skywalker might not have been the genuine Palpatine at all, but rather a clone, altering the narrative surrounding his supposed resurrection and implying that the real Palpatine may never have returned. This hypothetical adjustment could bring changes across the universe of the series, as well as the franchise itself. Primarily, it would provide an explanation for the controversial plot twist in The Rise of Skywalker, given that clones have been a significant element in the Star Wars films and television shows. This revision might be more palatable for viewers who found the original twist challenging to accept. This may also suggest that news about Rey's confrontation with Palpatine has spread in interesting ways. It could simply be a matter of the story changing as it travels throughout the galaxy. It might also be the case that this is the version of events being told to minimize the threat the Sith continued to pose in the galaxy long after they were believed to be destroyed. This would have particularly interesting implications for the future of the Jedi, which will undoubtedly be addressed in Rey's upcoming Star Wars movie, rumored to be titled Star Wars, called New Jedi Order. As a diehard Star Wars fan, I found it intriguing to consider that the Palpatine we saw in The Rise of Skywalker might have been just a clone, challenging the notion of his resurrection. And frankly, even 5 years after the movie's release, Star Wars has had a tough time making its comeback convincing. And I was hoping that Star Wars The Bad Batch would finally shed light on this return. But the season 3 finale left me with more questions than answers
hanging in the cosmos.
From one perspective, having Palpatine return might seem more plausible, and yet it could also diminish the weight of the final battle in the rise of Skywalker, which would be disappointing given its potential impact on the film's significance. It will definitely be intriguing to discover if Star Wars will reveal that Palpatine didn't really come back, and how such a disclosure might affect the storyline moving forward. And on a lighter note, I guess you could say that Palpatine's return was a clone of a good idea, but it didn't quite rise to the occasion. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time, well,